that can give her a true sense of competition and test. Like the fight was originally supposed to be with Julia Budd, and Julia Budd unfortunately sustained an injury and had to pull out. With her making 500K of flat rate, that's per the Georgia Commission.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. You have to think that at some point in time they've got to do something to try to make it a little bit more competitive for her. And I know that Julia was an effort for that. She's a former Bellator champ. But again, that's a 45er going up to 55.
Hey, yeah, as far as the promotional standpoint and the business side, yeah, you got to get that girl some competition. And I'm sure Kayla Harrison, being the competitor that she is, wants stiffer competition. But I mean, curtsy. 500K flat rate fighting, I'm not going to say bums, but just lower level talent than that of Kayla Harrison. Not a bad gig. Not a bad gig.
No, definitely not a bad gig, and it's no disrespect to her opponent when she goes in there, and it's not Kayla's fault by any means, but she can only fight who's been put in front of her. And when you have Caitlin Young, who is brought out there, a journeyman record. Again, like we say that respectfully. She's been fighting for 15 years as a pro.
Yeah.
She fought Gina Carano back in 2008. 2008, so she's someone who's been around the block a few times and is very definitely an experienced opponent. But again, someone who fought at a lighter weight class earlier on in her career is not a true 55er. Kayla Harrison really is truly a 155er, just by as big and just muscled up as she is. And just like you mentioned, Josh, if she wants to truly be the best or test herself to see how her skills stack up, it's not where she's presently at.
Yeah, and that's not, like you said, it's not her fault. She's only doing. It's not like she can just go out there and assault someone who she thinks is better than her and start a fight. Like, you can only fight the opponent that says yes and signs the contract. You can only fight the person that the promotion gives you, and that is what she's doing. Like, she was in free agency and she was gonna go somewhere else, but PFL made a great offer for her. And I mean, you're there to make money, you're there to build a legacy. And it's kind of like, in my opinion, Ben Askren when he was over in one, just dominating everyone, and then eventually finally got his chance at the UFC. I think Kayla eventually will get her chance at a bigger promotion, or maybe even PFL will make amends to go and get someone better from a bigger promotion who's might have been released, or they're in contract negotiations and they're frustrated. They might be able to steal someone away. But Kayla's doing what she's supposed to be doing. She's winning, and it's up to the promotion to make that even more competitive.
Yeah, hey, and I totally understand that. And just for all those reasons, like you said, with that not being a bad gig at all, to make 500K a fight and then go on and win the $1 million at the end of the season. And it is also worth noting that as far as the way that the PFL contracts go with their champions, as I understand it, it's basically it's like a restricted free agent situation. If you want to compare it to like Big Four type of sports, they have the option to be able to match whatever somebody else. So, I mean, you may come in if you're, say, a Bellator or the UFC with what's considered, a high ball offer, but if they don't want her to leave, all they have to do is match the offer.
Yeah.
And so that flat rate in combination with the potential for the $1 million bonus, again, this is as it was all explained on a couple of the different MMA podcasts that I listen to, whether it's Weighing In to Morning Combat with Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell. They talked about how they have the opportunity to use those earnings as leverage within the negotiation state. So unless you're the UFC, Bellator, one, whoever that's willing to put up, a multi-million-dollar figure per year for Kayla, there was no way that she was able to leave.
Yeah, not a chance.
So, and like I say, it's I think that this is the opportunity for the PFL to really kind of strike while the iron is hot, if you will. I mean, granted, yes, she still does have to get through the playoffs, but again, let's be honest here.
Let's be honest, Curtsy. And I mean, even transitioning, like, what I think a good idea might be for Kayla is, it's been well documented. It's happened twice already. Scott Coker of Bellator is willing to do these big promotion against promotion fights And I think that, if we want Kayla Harrison, or if they want Kayla Harrison to be built up even more, go take on someone from Bellator who's already a champion or who's already dominating in there. I think that that'd be a good idea.
Certainly. And again, they'll have to figure out what the weight would be or what that situation, and did they meet in the middle at 150, because obviously nowhere else has a women's lightweight.
Yeah.
As far as the major promotions go, Bellator has, I think, the best roster out there in really any promotion for women's featherweights.
Yeah.
When you start taking into account when they have people like Cyborg and Kat Zingano, all of those women to be offered, obviously the fight is Cyborg. Like, I just feel like it keeps on circling back. There's no way that it's going to happen with the UFC. There's not going to be some sort of cross promotional situation. The fight that I'm sure most people want to see with Kayla is the Nunes fight, just based off of them being former teammates.
Yeah.
But I think the more probable fight would be a Cyborg fight.
That's the one that's definitely
business.
Yeah, that's the one that's more viable, because it's been shown that Coker's willing to go out and do that. The UFC has never stepped foot into that territory just yet.
Or at the same time, Cyborg has shown herself to be a very proficient businesswoman in that sense.
Yeah.
And she's gotten top dollar everywhere that she's went. So
who's not going to pay Cyborg top dollar?
Agreed. So does the PFL see value in bringing her in if she were to vacate the title and leave from Bellator, or if she were to drop the title for some reason? Does that happen? Who knows? Like I say, Cyborg has never been one that's been shy to controversy with contract negotiations, either with her existing promotions. She does have a long-standing relationship with Scott Coker, so I'm sure it's a little bit different. And that's why Scott would be willing to let her say, hey, you can go make this bag right here and we can make a little bit of something off of it. Let's do it.
As long as they get a piece of it.
You just got to wet his beak a little bit.
That's it. Make him happy.
Get a little taste. Get a little taste.
Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That helps us continue to produce this original MMA content and bring it for you every single week. Tune in to the MMA Plug presented by DenverSportsBetting.com on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. or live stream at DenverSportsBetting.com/radio.